Welcome back, everyone. Today we're taking a close look at one of the most collected coins in America, the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary penny, but some rare dates, mint errors, and high-grade examples have become extremely valuable to collectors, with certain coins selling for thousands of dollars. In this video, you'll learn what makes these pennies special, which features to look for, and how to tell whether the coin in your pocket could be worth far more than 1 cent. Let's get started and uncover the hidden value of the Lincoln Memorial penny. Let's get started. First up, the 1963 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent is one of the most recognized United States coins ever produced. Struck at the Denver Mint and identified by the small D mint mark below the date, this coin remains a favorite among collectors because it represents the final year before the United States transitioned into a period of major coinage changes during the 1960s. While millions of these pennies were produced, certain examples have become surprisingly valuable due to exceptional preservation, striking errors, or rare varieties. Even a dirty and heavily circulated 1963 penny deserves a closer look because hidden details can sometimes make an ordinary coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The history of the Lincoln Memorial cent began in 1959 when the United States Mint replaced the wheat reverse design with the Lincoln Memorial reverse to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1963, the Lincoln Memorial design had become familiar to Americans, passing through countless hands in everyday commerce. Every 1963 penny tells a story of the American economy, local businesses, and daily life during one of the most important decades in modern United States history. The obverse of the coin features Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln. The inscriptions include "In God We Trust" across the top, "Liberty" to the left, the date 1963 with the D mint mark beneath it, and 1963 proudly marking the year of issue. On the reverse, Frank Gasparo's Lincoln Memorial design displays the memorial in remarkable detail, with the words United States of America, EPLUOBUSUNUM, and 1 cent. Collectors inspect every design element carefully because sharp details often indicate a better preserved coin. A dirty 1963 Lincoln cent may not appear valuable at first glance, but experienced collectors never judge a coin solely by its color. Dirt and natural toning often hide important features beneath the surface. Cleaning a coin can permanently reduce its value, so experts recommend leaving it exactly as found. Even a dark or dirty example could still contain valuable mint errors or strong design details that increase its worth. The 1963 cent was struck using an alloy consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Because copper is a durable metal, many examples survived despite decades of circulation. Collectors use digital scales and magnifying glasses to confirm that a coin has the correct specifications before determining whether it might be a rare variety. One reason collectors continue searching through rolls of pennies is the possibility of finding valuable mint errors. Some 1963 Lincoln cents have been discovered with off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, die breaks, cuds, broad strikes, and doubled dies. Although these errors are uncommon, they can dramatically increase a coin's market value, especially when certified by professional grading companies. Condition plays the biggest role in determining value. A dirty coin with heavy wear usually sells for only a small premium over face value if it has no special characteristics. However, a coin with strong details, attractive original surfaces, or a rare mint error can command much higher prices. Professional grading services carefully examine wear, luster, strike quality, and originality before assigning an official grade. Today, a typical circulated 1963 Lincoln Memorial cent is generally worth only a few cents. Better preserved examples often sell for several dollars, while brilliant uncirculated coins may reach tens of dollars depending on their grade. Certified high-grade examples can sell for hundreds of dollars, and the finest known pieces or major error coins have achieved prices reaching into the thousands of dollars at auction. Many collectors search for full red examples because original red copper surfaces indicate that the coin has experienced little environmental damage. A red mint state 1963 penny with exceptional eye appeal is significantly more desirable than a brown or heavily toned example. This difference in color alone can create a dramatic increase in market value. The Denver Mint produced more than 1 billion Lincoln cents during 1963, making the coin common in ordinary circulation. Nevertheless, finding one in outstanding condition is far more difficult than locating a worn example. High-quality survivors become increasingly scarce because many coins develop scratches, discoloration, or wear over decades of everyday use. Collectors also inspect the edges, lettering, and Lincoln Memorial columns under magnification. Tiny doubling on letters, unusual die-polished lines, repunched mint marks on older issues, and striking abnormalities may reveal that the coin is much more interesting than it first appears. Careful examination is often rewarded with exciting discoveries. Professional authentication can make a significant difference when selling a valuable coin. If a 1963 cent appears to have an unusual error or exceptionally high grade, sending it to a respected grading service can increase buyer confidence and potentially result in a much stronger selling price. Certified coins are often preferred by advanced collectors because their authenticity and condition have been independently verified. The popularity of Lincoln cents continues to grow as new collectors enter the hobby every year. Many people begin by searching through pocket change or inherited collections, hoping to discover overlooked treasures. Stories of rare pennies selling for hundreds or thousands of dollars inspire collectors to inspect every coin carefully before spending it. Although most dirty 1963 Lincoln Memorial cents are common, never assume a worn coin has no value. Hidden mint errors, unusually sharp strikes, attractive original surfaces, and certified high grades can transform an ordinary-looking penny into an impressive collectible. Patience, knowledge, and careful examination are essential for identifying the best examples. The 1963 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent remains an important piece of American numismatic history. Its connection to the Denver Mint, classic Lincoln design, and continued popularity among collectors make it a fascinating coin to study. Whether your coin is dirty, circulated, or nearly perfect, it deserves a careful inspection before being spent. While most examples are worth only a small premium, exceptional varieties, rare mint errors, and top-grade certified coins can achieve values ranging from hundreds to even thousands of dollars, making every 1963 penny worth a second look. Next up, the 1964 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent with no mint mark is one of the most recognized United States coins ever produced. Although millions were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, where no mint mark was used during that time, certain examples have become highly desirable among collectors because of their outstanding condition, unusual striking quality, rare mint errors, and historical importance. Many people still find these pennies in old jars, piggy banks, family collections, and pocket change, without realizing that some pieces can be worth far more than 1 cent. A coin in fine condition may not always be extremely valuable, but if it displays an important error or exceptional eye appeal, its value can rise into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln Memorial reverse design replaced the wheat penny in 1959, creating a new chapter in American coinage history. The 1964 issue continued this famous design with Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. These coins circulated heavily during one of America's most significant economic growth periods, making them an important part of everyday commerce and an enduring symbol of American history. A 1964 Lincoln Memorial cent without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During that year, Philadelphia did not place a mint mark on 1 cent coins, making the absence of a mint mark completely normal. However, collectors carefully examine these coins for sharp details, attractive surfaces, strong luster, and unusual minting errors. Even a common coin can become valuable if it possesses characteristics that separate it from ordinary examples. One of the most attractive features of the 1964 Lincoln cent is its classic bronze composition. The coin contains 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it the familiar reddish-brown appearance that collectors admire. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. The obverse displays Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse proudly features the Lincoln Memorial, with the tiny image of Lincoln visible between the central columns under magnification. Collectors especially search for coins with original red color, minimal wear, and crisp lettering. A 1964 penny in fine condition usually shows moderate circulation, but still retains clear details on Lincoln's portrait and the Lincoln Memorial. If the coin has unusually clean surfaces, attractive color, or exceptionally sharp strikes despite circulation, collectors may be willing to pay a premium above its face value. The biggest excitement surrounding the 1964 Lincoln Memorial cent comes from mint errors. Collectors actively search for off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, broad strikes, doubled dies, repunched lettering, and other unusual production mistakes. Genuine error coins are much scarcer than ordinary examples, and often command prices ranging from hundreds to several $1,000s, depending on the rarity, visibility of the error, and overall condition. Most circulated 1964 no-mint mark pennies are worth only a few cents because of the enormous number produced. However, a well-preserved fine-condition example with attractive surfaces may sell for a modest premium to beginning collectors. Coins with exceptional eye appeal or certified grades from professional grading services become significantly more desirable in the numismatic marketplace. Current market values vary greatly depending on condition and rarity. An ordinary circulated 1964 no-mint mark cent is generally worth only a small premium over face value. Better preserved examples may sell for several dollars, while certified high-grade red specimens can bring hundreds of dollars. Rare authenticated error coins or extraordinary condition rarities have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions, making careful examination worthwhile. Professional grading plays a major role in determining a coin's value. Services such as PCGS and NGC evaluate a coin's authenticity, preservation, strike quality, luster, and surface condition. A certified high-grade 1964 Lincoln cent usually attracts stronger buyer confidence, especially when the coin possesses full original mint color or a recognized mint error. Many collectors inspect every 1964 penny they encounter because hidden treasures occasionally appear in ordinary collections. Small differences such as doubled lettering, unusual die markers, dramatic strike errors, or exceptional preservation can transform an inexpensive coin into a highly collectible piece. Careful inspection using proper lighting and magnification is always recommended before spending an old Lincoln cent. The popularity of Lincoln cents continues to grow because they are affordable, historically significant, and widely collected around the world. The 1964 issue represents an important era before the United States changed the composition of the 1-cent coin in later decades. Copper enthusiasts particularly appreciate these earlier bronze cents for their beauty and historical connection. Many families unknowingly preserve valuable coins in inherited collections, old albums, jars, and forgotten coin boxes. A 1964 no-mint mark penny that appears ordinary may deserve closer examination. Collectors recommend checking the date, color, strike quality, weight, and any visible minting abnormalities before deciding whether the coin has collectible value. Demand for high-quality Lincoln Memorial cents has remained strong among collectors because complete date and mint collections require attractive examples from every year. As fewer original red coins survive in excellent condition, competition increases for premium specimens. Coins certified with outstanding grades often achieve impressive auction prices compared with ordinary circulated examples. The historical significance of the 1964 Lincoln Memorial cent extends beyond its monetary value. Every coin tells a story about the American economy, daily commerce, and the millions of transactions that took place during the 1960s. Holding one of these pennies connects collectors with an important chapter in United States history, while reminding us that valuable collectibles sometimes hide in everyday pocket change. In conclusion, the 1964 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent with no mint mark remains a fascinating coin for both new and experienced collectors. While most examples in fine condition are common, rare mint errors, exceptional preservation, and certified high grades can increase values from a few dollars to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Before spending any old 1964 penny, carefully inspect it for unique features, compare it with known error varieties, and consider professional grading if you believe it may be an outstanding example. Your next rare Lincoln cent could already be waiting in your collection or hidden among your everyday change next up. The 1965 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent without a mint mark is one of the most recognizable coins in American history, and millions of people still find it in pocket change today. At first glance it may appear to be an ordinary penny, especially if it is in rough condition with heavy wear, scratches, dark color, and faded details. However, collectors know that some 1965 pennies are much more desirable than others because of rare minting errors, exceptional preservation, and unusual varieties. While the majority of circulated 1965 pennies are worth only a few cents, certain rare examples have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That is why many coin enthusiasts continue searching through old jars, coin rolls, and family collections, hoping to discover a valuable treasure hiding in plain sight. To understand the importance of the 1965 Lincoln Memorial Cent, it helps to look back at the history of the United States during the mid-1960s. America was experiencing major economic growth, and the demand for coins increased dramatically. The United States Mint faced a nationwide coin shortage, making it difficult to keep enough coins in circulation. In response, the Mint introduced several temporary changes to increase production. One of those changes involved removing mint marks from coins between 1965 and 1967. As a result, a 1965 Lincoln cent without a mint mark was completely normal and not automatically considered rare. Even so, certain unusual examples from this period have become highly collectible today. The Lincoln Memorial Cent design itself has a rich history. The obverse features President Abraham Lincoln, whose portrait was designed by Victor David Brenner and first introduced in 1909 to celebrate Lincoln's 100th birthday. The reverse, created by Frank Gasparo, displays the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., making it one of the few U.S. coins where the same historical figure appears on both sides. The small statue of Lincoln visible inside the memorial is an impressive artistic detail that collectors admire. This classic design remained in production until 2008, before being replaced by the Union Shield reverse in 2010. A 1965 penny without a mint mark in rough condition often shows heavy circulation. The surfaces may appear dark brown or nearly black from years of handling. Lincoln's hair may be worn smooth, the lettering could be weak, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse may have little remaining detail. Although these worn coins usually have limited value, collectors still examine them carefully because even heavily circulated coins can occasionally display rare mint errors. A rough-looking coin should never be dismissed before checking it carefully. One of the most interesting features of the 1965 Lincoln cent is its metal composition. It was struck from 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a rich reddish color when new. The standard weight is approximately 3.11 grams. Collectors often use a precise digital scale to confirm authenticity because an unusual weight may indicate a mint error or another special variety. The edge should be plain, and the diameter measures approximately 19 millimeters. These basic specifications help identify genuine examples. Collectors pay special attention to mint errors found on 1965 pennies. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, cuds, broad strikes, double dies, and strike-through errors can significantly increase value. A dramatic error is often much more important than the coin's overall condition. Even a penny that appears badly worn could become valuable if it displays a clear and unusual minting mistake. Professional authentication is recommended before selling any coin believed to contain a rare error. Another feature that attracts attention is the possibility of doubled die varieties. On these coins, parts of the lettering, date, or Lincoln's portrait may appear doubled because of a mistake during die creation. Strong examples are highly sought after by specialists and can command impressive premiums depending on the visibility of the doubling. Careful inspection with a magnifying glass or microscope is often necessary because many doubled dies are difficult to detect with the naked eye. Color also plays an important role in determining value. Copper coins are generally classified as red, red-brown, or brown. A fully red 1965 penny that has remained uncirculated for decades is much scarcer than an ordinary brown example found in circulation. Original mint color greatly increases collector demand, especially when combined with strong strike quality and minimal contact marks. Even though the user may own a rough brown coin, understanding the color categories helps explain why similar coins can sell for dramatically different prices. Today, the market value of a normal 1965 Lincoln Memorial cent without a mint mark in rough circulated condition is usually only $0.01 to about $1, depending on its appearance and collector demand. Better circulated examples may sell for a few dollars. Uncirculated coins with attractive original surfaces commonly sell for $10 to over $100, while certified high-grade examples can bring several $100s. Only exceptionally rare error coins or outstanding certified specimens have reached prices in the thousands of dollars at auction. Many online videos claim that every 1965 penny is worth thousands or even millions of dollars. That is not accurate. The overwhelming majority of 1965 no-mint mark pennies are common because hundreds of millions were produced. High prices are usually paid only for coins with confirmed rare mint errors, exceptional certified grades, or unusual varieties. Collectors should always verify extraordinary claims with professional grading services before assuming a coin has extraordinary value. If you discover a 1965 penny, begin by examining the date carefully. Look for unusual doubling, off-center strikes, cracks, missing letters, clipped edges, or other mint errors. Check whether the coin retains original red color or has become brown through circulation. Weigh the coin using an accurate digital scale and compare it with official specifications. Avoid cleaning the coin because cleaning can permanently reduce collector value. Instead, store it safely in a protective holder until it can be evaluated. Professional grading companies play an important role in determining value. Experts examine the coin for authenticity, assign an official grade, and encapsulate it in a secure holder. A certified grade gives buyers confidence and often increases marketability. Coins with outstanding preservation or dramatic mint errors are much more attractive to serious collectors when accompanied by professional certification. The popularity of the Lincoln Cent series continues to grow because it combines American history with the excitement of discovering valuable coins in circulation. Many collectors started their hobby by searching through ordinary pennies, and some have found surprisingly valuable error coins. The 1965 no-mint mark penny remains a favorite because it represents an important period in U.S. mint history when mint marks were temporarily removed to address the nationwide coin shortage. In conclusion, the 1965 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent without a mint mark in rough condition is usually a common coin, but it should still be inspected carefully before spending it. Most examples are worth only face value or a small premium, while rare error coins and exceptional certified pieces can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Understanding its history, unique features, metal composition, minting background, and possible varieties allows collectors to separate ordinary coins from genuinely valuable discoveries. The next time you check your pocket change, that worn 1965 Lincoln penny could become the beginning of an exciting journey into the fascinating world of coin collecting. Next up, the 1960-90 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent is one of those coins that millions of Americans have handled over the decades without giving it a second thought. Produced at the Denver Mint and identified by the small D mint mark below the date, this copper penny has become an interesting collectible because of its history, its connection to one of America's most beloved presidents, and the possibility that certain rare examples can be worth far more than their face value. While most circulated 1960-90 pennies are only worth a few cents, collectors are always searching for exceptional examples with outstanding condition, striking quality, or unusual minting errors that can command prices ranging from hundreds to thousands of dollars. If you have an old jar of pennies sitting at home, today could be the perfect time to take a closer look because you might be surprised by what you find. The story of the Lincoln Memorial Cent began in 1959 when the United States Mint replaced the famous wheat cent reverse with the Lincoln Memorial design to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse portrait created by Victor David Brenner remained the same, while Frank Gasparo designed the reverse featuring the Lincoln Memorial. The 1960-90 penny continued this historic design during a fascinating period in American history, making it not only a coin, but also a small piece of the nation's heritage. Every penny tells a story, and the 1960-90 issue reflects the economic growth and cultural changes taking place across the United States during the late 1960s. One of the easiest ways to identify this coin is by looking for the small D mint mark beneath the date. This indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The coin is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc and weighs approximately 3.11 grams. It features Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, where a tiny image of Lincoln can even be seen seated inside the memorial under magnification. This remarkable detail makes the Lincoln Memorial Cent one of the most admired circulating coin designs in American history. An old condition 1960-90 penny may show heavy wear, scratches, faded details, and discoloration after decades of circulation. However, age alone does not determine value. Some collectors actually enjoy owning original circulated coins because they represent genuine pieces of history that have passed through countless hands. Even in old condition, the coin can still attract buyers if it displays attractive color, natural surfaces, or an interesting mint error. Every coin deserves a careful inspection before being dismissed as ordinary. The real excitement begins when collectors search for unusual varieties and minting errors. Although the famous double die belongs to the Philadelphia 1969 issue rather than the Denver issue, some 1960-90 cents have been found with off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, broadstrikes, and repunched mint marks. These unusual production mistakes occurred during the minting process and make certain coins significantly more valuable than normal examples. Error collectors are willing to pay impressive premiums for dramatic and well-preserved mistakes. Condition has an enormous impact on the value of any collectible coin. A heavily worn 1960-90 penny generally sells for only a few cents, while a nice extremely fine example may be worth around $1 or slightly more. Coins in about uncirculated condition often sell for several dollars. Mint state coins with brilliant original red surfaces can sell for tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on their certified grade. The finest known examples graded by professional services have achieved prices reaching into the thousands because of their exceptional preservation and rarity in top condition. Many people believe every old penny is valuable, but experienced collectors know that rarity, condition, and demand determine price. A common circulated 1960-90 cent is not a high-value rarity by itself. However, if your coin has an authenticated mint error, an unusually strong strike, beautiful original red color, or an exceptionally high certified grade, its market value can increase dramatically. This is why professional grading is recommended before assuming a coin is extremely valuable. Collectors also pay close attention to the coin's original luster. A bright red copper surface usually commands a much higher price than a brown or dark-colored coin because copper naturally changes color over time. Coins graded red by professional grading companies are especially desirable, particularly if they remain free from scratches, cleaning, corrosion, or other damage. Preserving the original surface is one of the keys to maximizing collector value. Another fascinating feature of the 1960-90 Lincoln cent is its historical significance. These pennies circulated during a time when America experienced major cultural, political, and technological changes. Every coin may have traveled through grocery stores, banks, restaurants, schools, and businesses across the country. Holding one today is like holding a tiny artifact from the late 1960s that connects us directly to everyday American life more than half a century ago. Today's coin market remains strong because millions of collectors continue searching through pocket change, inherited collections, and bank rolls looking for overlooked treasures. Online auctions, coin shows, and professional dealers regularly buy and sell Lincoln Memorial cents. Certified high-grade examples continue attracting competitive bids whenever they appear for sale. This ongoing demand helps maintain steady interest in older Lincoln cents, including the 1960-90 issue. Current market values vary widely depending on condition. An old circulated 1960-90 penny is usually worth only face value to a few cents. Better circulated examples may sell for around $1 to $5. Attractive uncirculated pieces can reach $25 to $100 or more. Certified gem-quality coins have sold for several $100s, while the finest registry-quality examples have achieved prices reaching into the thousands of dollars at major auctions. Genuine mint errors can also sell from hundreds to several $1,000s, depending on their rarity and visual appeal. If you discover a 1960-90 penny that appears unusual, avoid cleaning or polishing it. Cleaning permanently damages the original surface and often reduces collector value. Instead, place the coin in a protective holder and compare it with photographs of known varieties and errors. If the coin appears exceptional, consider submitting it to a professional grading service for authentication and grading. Certified coins generally attract greater confidence from collectors and buyers. Building a collection of Lincoln Memorial cents can be both enjoyable and educational. Many collectors begin by assembling one coin from every year and mint mark before searching for higher-grade examples or interesting errors. The 1960-90 penny remains an important part of this popular series because it represents an era when billions of copper cents were still circulating throughout the United States. Completing a Lincoln Memorial collection gives collectors a deeper appreciation for American history and coin design. Although sensational headlines sometimes claim that every old penny is worth thousands of dollars, the reality is more balanced. Only exceptional examples, rare mint errors, or top-certified specimens achieve those impressive prices. Nevertheless, every collector knows that valuable discoveries still happen, and remarkable coins continue to emerge from old collections, estate sales, and forgotten coin jars. That possibility keeps the excitement of coin collecting alive for both beginners and experienced numismatists. Before you spend another old penny, take a few moments to examine it carefully. Your 1960-90 Lincoln Memorial cent may simply be an ordinary circulated coin, or it could possess a rare feature that collectors are actively seeking. Check the mint mark, inspect the surfaces, look for unusual errors, and compare the condition with professional grading standards. The next valuable discovery could already be hiding in your pocket change, reminding us that even the smallest 1-cent coin can hold a remarkable story, and in special cases, a value ranging from hundreds to thousands of dollars. Next up, the fascinating 1972 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent, with no mint mark from the United States. At first glance, this small copper coin may seem like nothing more than ordinary pocket change. Millions of Americans have handled one without giving it a second thought. However, collectors know that some examples stand out because of their outstanding condition, attractive original surfaces, or unusual mint errors. In today's video, we will explore the history behind this classic penny, explain its unique features, discuss why collectors search for the finest examples, and reveal how certain rare pieces have reached values ranging from hundreds to even thousands of dollars at auction. The 1972 Lincoln Memorial Cent was produced during a period when the United States economy was changing rapidly and cash transactions dominated everyday life. Introduced as part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series that began in 1909, the coin continued the tradition of honoring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse while displaying the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The Philadelphia Mint struck these coins without adding a mint mark, making the absence of a mint mark completely normal for Philadelphia production during that era. One of the most recognizable features of the 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln Cent is its classic design. The front shows Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln along with the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 1972. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, features the Lincoln Memorial with United States of America, 1 cent, and EPLURBUSUNUM. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny image of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, making this one of the most detailed coin designs ever placed on a circulating U.S. cent. The 1972 Lincoln Memorial Cent was struck in a bronze composition, containing approximately 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin. It weighs about 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Because it was made before the composition changed to copper-plated zinc in 1982, many collectors enjoy the rich reddish color that original examples display. Coins that retain their bright red mint luster are significantly more desirable than brown circulated pieces. A coin described as being in good condition has usually spent many years in circulation. The high points of Lincoln's portrait often show noticeable wear, and the memorial on the reverse may have softened details. Even though such a coin has historical value and is fun to collect, its market value is generally modest because millions of 1972 Philadelphia cents were produced. Nevertheless, every coin deserves a careful inspection because rare varieties and mint errors can dramatically increase collector interest. The most exciting reason collectors examine 1972 pennies is the possibility of finding an unusual mint error. While the famous 1972 double die is associated primarily with the Lincoln Cent series, other mint-made errors such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, die breaks, and dramatic misaligned dies can also command impressive prices. Coins with strong, easily visible errors are often far more valuable than normal examples. Condition plays an enormous role in determining value. A typical 1972 no-mint mark cent in good circulated condition is usually worth only face value or a small premium. However, uncirculated coins with blazing original red surfaces and exceptionally high grading scores can bring much stronger prices. Certified mint state examples graded by professional grading services are especially attractive to advanced collectors seeking the finest known coins. Current market values vary greatly depending on condition and rarity. A circulated coin is generally worth only a small premium over 1 cent. Attractive uncirculated red examples may sell for several dollars to several dozen dollars. High-grade certified pieces can reach hundreds of dollars, while exceptional error coins or registry-quality examples have sold for thousands of dollars in the collector market. Always remember that rarity, eye appeal, certification, and demand determine the final selling price. Collectors searching through rolls of pennies often inspect every 1972 cent carefully under magnification. They look for sharp doubling in the lettering, unusual die varieties, dramatic strike errors, or coins that still possess their original mint color. Even though the odds of finding a valuable variety are small, remarkable discoveries still happen, making coin roll hunting an exciting hobby enjoyed by people of all ages. Another important factor is color designation. Professional grading companies classify bronze Lincoln cents as brown, or red. Full red examples that have preserved nearly all of their original mint brilliance are the most valuable because they are much scarcer after decades of circulation. Collectors are often willing to pay substantial premiums for beautiful original red coins with excellent eye appeal. Authentication is essential whenever a coin appears to have an unusual error or exceptional preservation. Professional grading services examine the coin for authenticity, assign a numerical grade, and encapsulate it in a protective holder. Certified coins usually inspire greater confidence among buyers and often achieve stronger prices at major auctions compared with uncertified pieces. The Lincoln Memorial Cent series has introduced countless people to coin collecting. Because these pennies circulated widely throughout the United States, nearly everyone has handled one at some point. This accessibility encourages beginners to search their pocket change, while giving experienced collectors the opportunity to pursue rare varieties, top-grade examples, and fascinating mint errors that make the series endlessly enjoyable. If you own a 1972 no-mint mark penny, take a few minutes to inspect it carefully. Check the date, lettering, Lincoln's portrait, and the memorial for unusual doubling or striking abnormalities. Weigh the coin if you suspect an incorrect planchet, and compare it with verified examples from reliable references. A careful examination may reveal characteristics that deserve further professional evaluation. Although stories of ordinary pennies being worth fortunes often circulate online, the truth is that value depends on verifiable rarity and condition. Most 1972 no-mint mark cents remain common collectibles, but genuinely rare errors and superb certified examples continue to attract serious collector interest. Understanding the difference between an ordinary circulated coin and a truly exceptional specimen is the key to making informed collecting decisions. Next up, the fascinating 1980 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent from the United States with no mint mark. At first glance, this coin appears to be an ordinary penny that millions of Americans have handled over the years. However, many collectors carefully inspect every 1980 Lincoln cent because certain high-grade examples and rare mint errors have attracted impressive prices. If you have one in brilliant condition, it is definitely worth examining before spending it because the right combination of condition, rarity, and collector demand can make a significant difference in value. The 1980 Lincoln Memorial Cent was struck during a period when the United States Mint was producing billions of pennies every year for everyday commerce. Coins without a mint mark were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. At that time, Philadelphia did not place a mint mark on Lincoln cents. The obverse was designed by Victor David Brenner and features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparro, displays the Lincoln Memorial. This design became one of the most recognizable coins in American history. The 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is composed primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc, making it one of the last generations of high copper Lincoln cents before the major composition change in 1982. Each coin weighs about 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Because of its copper composition, many collectors enjoy preserving brilliant red examples that still display their original mint luster decades after they were produced. One of the reasons collectors search for this coin is the possibility of finding an exceptional, brilliant, uncirculated example. Most 1980 pennies entered circulation and developed scratches, discoloration, and wear. Coins that somehow escaped circulation and retained their original bright red surfaces are much scarcer. Professional grading services reward these premium coins with higher grades, and those top-quality examples can command much stronger prices than ordinary circulated pieces. Another exciting aspect of the 1980 Lincoln cent is the possibility of discovering valuable mint errors. Collectors search for off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, die breaks, clipped, planchets, doubled dies, and dramatic strike errors. Although these errors are uncommon, they can increase the value of the coin from tens of dollars to hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity and the visual appeal of the mistake. Many beginners assume that every old penny is automatically valuable, but experienced collectors know that condition is one of the most important factors. A worn, circulated 1980 no-mint mark penny is usually worth only face value or a small premium. A brilliant red uncirculated example may sell for several dollars, while superb certified examples in the highest mint state grades can bring hundreds of dollars. Exceptional registry quality coins have occasionally reached into the thousands of dollars at major auctions because of their extreme rarity in top condition. Collectors also pay close attention to the color designation of copper coins. A coin graded red usually commands the highest prices because it retains its original mint color. Red-brown coins are worth somewhat less, while brown examples generally bring the lowest premiums. Therefore, preserving the original surface without cleaning or polishing is extremely important because improper cleaning can permanently reduce the value of the coin. When examining a 1980 Lincoln cent, look carefully at Lincoln's hair, the cheekbone, the jawline, and the lettering. On the reverse, inspect the Lincoln Memorial, the steps and the columns. Strong, sharp details with brilliant mint luster often indicate a higher quality example. Using a magnifying glass may also help reveal small mint errors or doubled features that are not immediately visible to the naked eye. Professional grading companies such as PCGS and NGC play an important role in determining market value. Their experts examine authenticity, surface preservation, strike quality, color, and overall eye appeal before assigning an official grade. Coins receiving very high mint state grades are often much more desirable because collectors competing for registry sets seek the finest certified examples available. The market for Lincoln cents continues to grow because millions of collectors enjoy building complete date and mint collections. Although billions of 1980 pennies were produced, very few remain in perfect original condition. As a result, collectors are willing to pay substantial premiums for coins that display exceptional quality. This steady demand helps support higher values for the finest known specimens. If you discover a brilliant 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, avoid cleaning it. Cleaning can create tiny scratches and remove the natural surface that collectors expect to see. Instead, store the coin in a protective holder, and if you believe it may be an outstanding example or an unusual error, consider having it examined by a reputable coin dealer or professional grading service. Current market values vary greatly depending on condition. A circulated 1980 no-mint mark cent is usually worth 1 cent to a few cents. A brilliant uncirculated red example often sells for a few dollars. High-grade certified mint state coins can sell for hundreds of dollars, and the finest known examples or spectacular mint errors have realized prices reaching into the thousands of dollars at auction. Every coin should be evaluated individually. The historical importance of this coin also adds to its appeal. It represents the final years before the United States changed the composition of the Lincoln cent in 1982 due to rising copper prices. Because of this transition, many collectors enjoy assembling complete copper Lincoln Memorial sets, including the 1980 issue, as an important part of American coinage history. Searching through pocket change, coin jars, estate collections, and old family albums continues to be an exciting hobby because valuable discoveries still happen. While most 1980 pennies are common, the occasional high-grade survivor or rare error coin reminds collectors that hidden treasures can still be found in everyday collections with patience, knowledge, and careful observation. In conclusion, the 1980 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent with no mint mark is a fascinating United States coin that combines history, collecting excitement, and the possibility of valuable discoveries. While ordinary examples are common, brilliant high-grade coins and genuine mint error varieties can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's collector market. Always inspect your coins, carefully compare them with authenticated examples, and remember that the next remarkable Lincoln cent could already be sitting in your pocket change. Thanks for watching.